like this video, please consider subscribing. If you follow the road through Balmerino until you reach the water, you will arrive at a dead end where there is a small free car park capable of taking a couple of cars. Despite its small size, it is usually quite quiet and has easy access to the Fife coastal path. At 120 miles long, the River Tay is the longest river in Scotland, and this walk starts near its mouth, opposite the bustling city of Dundee. The Tay and the surrounding land has a rich wildlife. Renowned for its salmon, the Tay estuary has a renowned history with the environment, from Dundee's infamous whaling days to the modern day, where in 2007 a beaver was caught in the Tay. This was the first recorded beaver in Scotland since the 18th century. The Fife Coastal Path was created in 2002 and linked the towns of North Queensferry to Tayport by following the coastline of Fife, and then in 2011 it was extended to incorporate the link between Kincardine and North Queensferry. The section of the coastal path that we are walking today is the latest addition, added in 2012 and linked the towns of Tayport and Newborough. As you follow the banks of the Tay, you can look out onto the two modern bridges crossing the estuary. The road bridge was built in 1966 and replaced the old Tay ferry, but prior to this date, the current rail bridge was built in 1887. This, however, was not the first bridge to cross the Tay estuary at this point. The original Tay rail bridge was opened to great acclaim and publicity in 1878. Designed by engineer Sir Thomas Bouch, the bridge was a marvel of Victorian engineering that spanned the Firth of Tay and connected the Scottish city of Dundee to the town of Wormit. Bouch's design saw the Tay Bridge support a railway line at 88 feet above the watermark in order to allow ships to pass freely beneath it. However, the bridge's impressive structure and size are not the reason that it's best remembered to this day. That title belongs to the disaster that befell the bridge on the night of the 28th of December 1879. Despite a storm with recorded wind speeds of up to 80 miles per hour raging around the bridge, it remained open to rail traffic, with trains continuing to make the crossing. At approximately 7 p.m, one such train carrying approximately 75 people left the station at Wormit and set out onto the bridge towards Dundee. As the train reached the centre of the bridge, the structure failed and collapsed into the Firth of Tay, taking the train and its passengers with it. Sadly, there were no survivors of the accident, and it remains one of the worst engineering disasters in British history. The bridge spanned 2 miles across the Firth of Tay, making it the longest bridge in the world at the time of its construction. Following the collapse of the first Tay Bridge, the North British Railway were determined to rebuild it as soon as possible. In order to limit disturbances to navigational channels, the bridge was built parallel to where its notorious predecessor had stood, and at low tide the remnants of the original bridge can still be seen. Cared for by the National Trust for Scotland, these atmospheric ruins are all that remains of the once magnificent 13th century Cistercian monastery overlooking the River Tay. Balmerino Abbey was founded in 1229 by Queen Ermengarde, widow of William the Lion, mother of Alexander II. She was buried here in 1233. Mary Queen of Scots once visited Balmerino Abbey in the 16th century, and it was donated to the National Trust by the Earl of Dundee in 1936. What was once an impressive Cistercian monastery is now but an atmospheric ruin, surrounded by tranquil grounds where visitors can spot interesting plants and wildlife, and even a 400-year-old Spanish chestnut tree, which is one of the oldest trees in Fife.